claiming you a killer. Still ain't get back for your homie. I wanna be merchant on that nigga. Mama's bitch bought a bitch home. They both know I'm finna kill him. We love threesomes. I like having flying monkey in the middle. My new bitch stink. So she got undressed. I hit that swerve with. I'm disrespectful.
Yo, what's the word, YouTube, man? I know it's been a while. But I've just been, just been doing my little thing, man. So I know I missed the 4th of July, but I don't know. Never mind, man. I'm not even gonna say all that bullshit, but I'm not even really finna do a little intro because I'm low-key kind of fucked up from the 4th, man. I don't know when I'm gonna end up dropping this video. Just know when this bitch do drop, I need y'all to come fuck me, man. No phone them. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. No phone them. I ain't got too much
rappers to say. In the game, from beating some of the craziest cases in rap to dropping hits with X and Ski back in the day. Where did it all start? Bands was born in St. Louis, but he ain't stayed there too long. Bands started rapping all the way back when he was in 6th grade, but it didn't get serious until a while longer. A year after starting to rap, him and his family moved to the A. His father had gotten to something and they had to go. And you know how it is down there. Atlanta, really a music city. Ain't no telling how many artists really from down there. But bands being in Atlanta meant he was going to be around all these upcoming artists. So one of these artists he was around happened to be someone we all know, Playboy Cardi. Band's first official song dropped on May 15, 2015 with Cardi, named for a teaspoon. And before you start saying, oh, Cardi was already popping, oh, he in industry playing. No. At the time, neither one of them was known. Cardi was a nobody. And you do got to give bro credit, because his first actual song to drop actually sounded good. Because after it dropped, it started buzzing real heavy. And I say this because the buzz around the song was so strong, he started to get some shows off. And the first show he got off this song would change his life. So a promoter hit Bands and was like, look, bro, slide to Miami for the show. Money good. And you know, Bands a new artist. He was hyped. And when people found out he was performing down there, some other rappers decided to tap in with him. X and Ski Man. They both from Florida. And they got invited to the same show. And when they seen Bands was on the lineup, they DM, bro. Keep in mind, at the time, Bands was bigger than X and Ski. So when they seen a bigger artist than them coming down there, they just had to show love. They was like, bro, this is an opportunity. That was basically like, when you come down here, we got a link, we got to record. And so Bands just started heading to the show. And as he was on the way to the airport, something crazy went down. So Band's crew was traveling in 2 different cars. And somehow they ended up getting into a wreck with each other. And the wreck was so bad that both cars ended up flipping. And when 12 came to the scene, they had to search everybody.
I ain't gonna lie. That's real fucking bogus, folks. Like, you and your homie in 2 different cars, y'all end up hitting each other, bro. What the fuck, bro? I ain't gonna lie. I hate for that shit to happen to me. I ain't gonna lie.
And it turns out some of the people in the cars had something they was supposed to, so 12 took him to jail. But the thing about the people who went to jail was one of them was his manager. And around this time, Bands ain't really had no money like that. Yeah, he was a rapper coming up, but he wasn't up. So his manager was the one with all the bread. Ain't nobody else had money but him. So for him to get locked up, man, nobody had money. But Bands got lucky. He ended up catching a ride to his flight. So Bands and them, they get to the show and don't know what they about to do. They don't got no money. They don't got no way to get home, no transportation, no food. Like, they think they could.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's another reason why, like, that's another thing I pray to God that don't happen to me. Like, I don't never want to be stranded nowhere, bro.
Bands being about this music, he got on stage and performed anyway. And this show was stacked. It was him, X, Ski, 21. And Band said it was only like 20 people in the crowd. Keep in mind, this just 2015. So none of them was hot for real. 21 was just now coming up. And Look at Me ain't even dropped yet. So at this point, all of them is unknown. But coming to Florida would really change his life. After the show, he was talking to X and told him this situation he was in. And X, being a real nigga, he was like, look, you can come to the members only crib where me and Ski can get you a hotel. It don't even matter. It's up to you. And Bands was like, look, I'll slide to the members only house with y'all. And if you don't know, members only was like a rap crew that X was running back then. And so for the next week, Bands was really just stranded in Florida with no money. But he ain't let that time go to waste. As soon as
I ain't gonna lie, Scud. I would have been trying to make bread by any motherfucking means, Scud. Cause I'm like, boy, you in a whole other state that's not the crib, bro. I ain't be pissed the fuck off.
House. They was in the studio. They started recording, and one of these songs they recorded would become a SoundCloud classic. And this the song that would change his life. I love it when they run. This song was a hit in the whole SoundCloud scene, had it on repeat for like 2 years. And so for the next few months, he would just grind until everything changed for bro. December 8th, 2015. Some man walked in the condo, walked up the stairs, and started to kick a man's door down. Him being in the house hearing this got him scared, so he just ran to the balcony to get out the way. But the thing is, as soon as the man heard this, he got on the phone with 12. And while he was out on the balcony, they were just going through the whole crib, robbing everything, stealing everything, trashing the house, taking credit cards, IDs, all that. But while the man was on the balcony, how he was feeling was getting worse. He started to panic and was telling the cops he was going to jump and get away from him. And that's exactly what he did. He jumped 3 stories and was just laying on the ground, and the fall was so strong he couldn't even move none of his limbs no more. And the robbers finished getting what they got and dipped. But as they left, 12 said they would have had to pass his body on the way to their getaway car with young Benz as the driver. But that man would just lay there for the rest of the night, and by the time morning came, he was dead. And for some months, they would lay low until February 16, 2016. They would all get arrested and charged with felony burglary and murder. And so
that's fucking crazy. Y'all ain't even, damn, folks. Like, y'all ain't even killed, bro, but he was still getting top of that murder.
For the next few months, Benz just sat without no news until one day they eventually gave him house arrest. But this house arrest would be a blessing and a curse. Keep in mind, this happened in 2016, and at this point, he was buzzing for it and was actually growing a fan base. And you know exactly what comes with growing a fan base as a rap. Shows come in, tours come in, money come in. But
that's all hella bread, my boy.
Think about Benz. He couldn't do no shows or nothing. His house arrest cooked him. And yeah, he was growing, but not being able to do shows or go out with other rappers is gonna hurt regardless. And so for the next few years, Benz just sat on house arrest, with his future being unknown. Yeah, he was a rapper. Yeah, he had success coming his way. Yeah, he had a little bit of money coming in. But at the end of the day, he ain't know how much time he was going to get or what the outcome of the case would be. Imagine how many nights he just stayed up staring at the ceiling, just thinking he don't know if he finna get 10 years or he finna get 2 or he finna get 9. But around the time he was on probation, a crazy opportunity came. So Benz was tapped in with this clothes maker at the time that went by the name Fonny. And he was cool with young Scooter. And one day, Fonny was in the...
I don't know who the fuck them people we just named, but I guess they sound like they finna get ready and get bro a blessing.
Scooter and pulled up Ben's music. He was like, look, you gotta tap in with bro. He hard. And if you don't know who young Scooter is, you're probably thinking, why is this even important? Scooter is a childhood friend of Future. They've been together for years, and Scooter even signed the Future. So him getting shown Ben's music's real big. But right around this time, Benz would get blessed again. The judge stopped being so strict on bro and allowed him to go out a little. So one day, Benz was just out with the bros getting some food, and he got a call that would change his life. Scooter called Benz, and can you guess who he was with? Future. Future got on the phone and told Benz he was hard. He was basically like, he messed with Benz, and Benz need to tap in. And ever since that day, they been tapped in. Benz ended up signing to Free Benz, Future label. And when 2018 started, he was going crazy. This was a good year for bro. He went into the year with a hit. Lonely. This was the first song that put a lot of eyes on bro. He had tapped in with Lyrical Lemonade.
I forgot what song that was. I got put on the bro. I think it was called Hold Up or some shit with him and Gunna or some shit.
A SoundCloud plat sitting at over 21 million views right now. And just a few months after this, in 2018 summer, he would drop another hit. Riding with YBN and Amir and Landon Q. This song was even bigger than Lonely. This at almost 35 million. He was going crazy this year, and it was looking up for bro. But even though it was looking up, he still managed to get into some beef. 2018, it was an artist that was talked about a decent amount. Russ. And if you remember, the whole world was trolling him on Twitter. It was like a meme.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who the fuck Russ is. I don't know why motherfuckers was so-called trolling him, but I did see this nigga hoop though. I guess him and his little basketball team had won that, I don't know, it was some little shit on YouTube that the rappers be hooping in.
It's online. And everyone was always saying F Russ ass, blah, blah, blah. And from what it seemed like, Benz was on that too. And so him and Russ ended up going back and forth. And Russ was feeling some type of way. So he hopped on the interview claiming he had a video of him either beating up Young Benz or Smoke Perk. And he was like, if they respond, I'ma drop it. But just the day after this, some tweets came out saying the beef was squashed and everything was all good. But that wasn't the case. Next day, Benz got on Twitter saying he ain't telling them story and that his management took over his Twitter and tweeted that. Y'all not gonna believe what happened yesterday. My manager hacked me, changed my password, and tweeted out saying it's not F Russ anymore because he felt I should squash the beef. Shaking my head. My true 101 fans know I ain't scared of no nigga. So if it's smoke, Russ better come with it. For real, for real. F Russ 4L. I will never betray my fans. We stand on 10. And my niggas gonna die about this on God. And after this, Russ must have been mad. He must have had Russ feeling some type of way. Cause he dropped that video anyway, viral. But he ain't beat up, bands. He had his security beat up, smoke. Hurt. But after this, he was just cooling for the rest of 2018. But
hey, how you gonna say you put your hands on the motherfucker? Well, how you gonna say you gonna expose the motherfucker for getting their ass whooped and you won't even want to beat their ass? Like, what the fuck?
Is where bro life would get crazy. 2019, he would drop his tape Misunderstood, and this brought a lot of controversy with it. To start, he announced the track list for the album with an X feature, and that alone brought so much hype to the album. He was like, finally, we getting that X feature. But when the album came out, it wasn't a normal X feature. The song said features X, but the quote-unquote X feature was just X talking on the phone at the end of the song. So the world was so mad at bro, basically trying to say he was clout chasing off X and using X names for streams, but he came out and said something that did make a little bit of sense. He pretty much said he done knew X for years. He would never use his name for some views or some streams, and he could put an X name as a feature if he want to. He felt like just because it wasn't what people normally think of as a feature, don't mean it ain't a feature. And that him and X made the song together, which is true because X was singing the hook on the song on the phone call at the end of that song. The album controversy don't stop there. But you this far in the video and still ain't subscribed, you got
man. Y'all ass probably just fuses like man. These rappers be beating out anything they ass be. Man, I ain't gonna lie. Some of these fans be acting a little crazy too though. They ass be acting like motherfuckers gotta do shit they way, shit.
Be entertained. You might as well pause what you're doing and hit the button real quick. I appreciate it. But back to the album. The controversy don't stop at X. When the album dropped, sales-wise, it did horrible. It didn't even chart. And when X seen this, he tore bro up. Young Benz failed to sell 10K first week with Misunderstood. Despite acting fake independent. By the way, he actually signed to a major, so y'all can stop that lie. And also having features from Gunna, Lil TJ, X, Young Thug, Future, Nav, and Dirt. The reason you haven't seen how much Young Ben sold first week is that his album sales was so low that it made absolutely no charts that Billboard recognizes. The last album on the Billboard Top 200 list sold around 4,500 copies. So he must have sold less than that to not make it.
Damn, less than 4,500.
Wasn't finna just let that be said. You got culture vultures and haters like academics and people who want to try and bring you down because they don't like you personally. They use an outlet to try to bring you down and build false perceptions about you to the world and make hate trains to strike that. I feel like people should use their outlet to bring down up and coming artists. At that point, your credibility is nothing because you using your platform for the wrong thing. Now look, for bands to flop with the features he had and being under Future is crazy, but it's also understandable since he was on house arrest and could barely perform and barely could connect with artists and barely could do what every other artist was capable of doing. Just think about how much.
Okay, shorty ass be speaking straight facts. That's why I like low-key reactions to his videos.
Think his career. He said it was many times artists would reach out to him to headline a tour with him, to go on tour with him, to be an opening act on the tour, but his house arrest wouldn't let him do it. And one of the biggest things the artist can do is go on tour and do shows. So bands ain't really have access to none of that. But for act to come at bro like this is crazy. Even if they had personal problems, he could have kept it off the net. But it still keep going. An artist came out and had a problem with bro. Whole take. Lil Yacht, he hopped on Twitter and had this to say. At Young Benz, you my son. Stop trying me. Misunderstood.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sorry, like, what the fuck, bro?
It's literally imprinted Teenage Emotions. If you don't know, Teenage Emotions was a tape Heidi had dropped like a year or two before this. Bands responded talking crazy back. You a whole hoe. And your music will never sound like mine. What is a Teenage Emotions? Sweet ass nigga. But even though this year
that nigga sweet.
Full of so much, it ended strange. After being on house arrest for almost 4 years, it was finally time for bro to go to court about the murder charge. And it was in his favor. December 9th, 2019, Pants beat the murder case and finally got took off house arrest.
My last time. Free man. Angle. No house arrest. No bless.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't see how motherfuckers.
But the same day he was let off house arrest, they tried to link him with a crime that happened 1 month before his court date. In November, a robbery happened that went south. 2 girls claimed they was at Ben's apartments. They got a message on Snapchat saying if they drove this boy to a party, he would give us some bread. And when the niggas got to the apartment, they went in there raising hell and was planning to rob 7 people. But it went south and ended with someone getting pistol whipped and was lying in the middle of the floor in his own blood. A band did get charged with this. It's really crazy to think on the same day he became a free man, they tried to link him with something else. But they finally became
I
a
ain't
free
gonna
man.
lie, the sister be fucked up. They'll wait, man. They ain't there wait for your ass to do some more dumb shit so they can book your ass when you try to be fake free.
And it's like ever since he became free, he slowly disappeared. Yeah, he might drop some songs here and there, but he hasn't dropped a full tape since 2019 with Misunderstood. And being honest, can you even be mad at bro? For the past 4 years, he wasn't able to go outside. He was just stacking money for this long with nothing to do with it. Like, what would you do in this situation? You been free, but ain't really been free for the past 3 to 4 years. Just been locked in the house working. But the other week, he did perform at Summer Smash. And to be honest, I think he'll come back eventually and try to get his career right, unlike
Okay, he
the
probably just try to get his life back together. Shit.
from my last video, Kodak Black, who is one of the hottest right now, but bro can't stop going to jail, and eventually he might end up in a worse situation than
Hey, I
Bang.
hope everybody in these fucking videos, I hope both this nigga Kodak and Young Bass, I hope they ass have a blessed fucking life, shit. I hope they ass don't go back to jail, shit. Hopefully. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all want to see next and shit. And make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and fucking follow me on Instagram. That's what the fuck it was. It's my little ass.
But you know. I hope you know G Herbo Rich, I hope you know. I hope you know I ain't gon' kick it, bitch, I'm smoking dope. I hope you know I hate